It's about to go down.
Burning your ears with another all-killer and no-filler episode of the best motorsports radio on the planet. It's the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. With your host, Jim Beaver.
Sliding trophy trucks, jumping razors, and dropping the mic at events across the country.
Amy Hood.
What's up, guys? I'm a professional fun haver, dirt bike rider, and monster truck driver.
With support from Polaris Razor, General Tire, Subaru, and Dirtfish. Hang on tight, strap in, and get ready to smoke some tires and lay some roost. Here's the man who carries a steering wheel in one hand and a mic in the other. Jim Beaver.
Good morning and welcome to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Having a little technical difficulties there with our music, but man, stoked to be here. Another fun one on tap, another Tuesday morning, Wednesday if you're listening in national syndication on networks around the country, or probably a Saturday if you guys are listening overseas on the American Forces Network. Wherever you're listening, however you're listening, if you're listening on iTunes, my website, I don't care. Thank you guys for being here. You've helped me build this into one of the biggest motorsports radio shows in the country, and we do things our way, which is what I love about this, right? We get some amazing personalities that nobody else would even talk to, and here we are making a show about it, and it's some amazing personalities like we've got today that make this show exactly what it is. We've got my good friend, Collette Davis. A lot of you guys know her from Red Bull Global Rallycross, right? She competed there in the lights division for a couple of seasons. Well, Collette, switching gears, she is now signed to drive the brand new Wonder Woman Monster Jam truck in the Monster Jam Triple Threat Series. She's actually going to be on tour with Amy Hood on the same exact tour as Amy. So we're going to have both Collette and Amy. Amy's got some obligations today with a sponsor, but she's going to be calling in the second half of the show when we've got Collette on. We're going to have Collette for about 30 minutes, I think, but it should be fun to catch up with her. Obviously, she's got Girl Starter and that going on as well. We've also got two-time Torque champ. This year won 2 titles. CJ Greaves calling into the show, and we're going to do a live watch of Ken Block's new Climbkhana video here in hour number 1. So lots coming at you today on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on 4 wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris Razor because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRazor.com or follow at Polaris Razor on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
As certain as the sun rises and sets around the world, OTSFF Group is dedicated to providing flexible, comprehensive, and reliable transportation solutions. Air transportation, ocean freight, ground transportation, or a combination of services. We offer innovative and custom-built packages specifically designed to meet your transportation needs. OTSFF Group has been keeping shipments moving globally for nearly 2 decades. OTSFF Group, flexible logistics services designed for you. More information at OTSFF.com. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
You're listening to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. All killer and no filler.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver here, locked and loaded. Hopefully you guys are tuning in. If not, you didn't hear what I just said, but if you are, thank you guys for being here once again. Got a fun show. Like I said in the intro, we got Collette Davis lined up. She's a new driver for the Wonder Woman Monster Jam truck, brand new truck. She's coming from Red Bull Global Rallycross, doing a bit of road racing as well. She's going to be here locked and loaded in hour number 2. Hour number 1, we got CJ Greaves, son of the legend Johnny Greaves. He's going to be calling in, talking about his 2 Torque Championship, one in Pro 4, one in Pro Stock UTV. Talk about complete opposite ends of the spectrum. But we are going to have CJ locked and loaded here as well. And here in hour number 1, we're going to do something fun that I like to do in the next segment. We did it with RJ Anderson's last XP1K video. Can't remember if we did it with BJ Baldwin's recoil or not, but we're going to do what I like to call a live watch. So here in the next segment, here in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to queue up Ken Block's new Climbkhana video, and I am going to watch it. You'll hear kind of the audio in the show, but I'm going to kind of talk through it, give my first impressions. I had a lot of fun with it. You fans seem to really like it the last time we did it. So if you guys are at your computer or whatever, you've got me, you're listening to me. If you're on your phone, you should be able to listen to me as well as listen to or watch Climbkhana, but queue it up on YouTube. You got about 10 minutes to find it. I know Ken's got it at link in his profile on Instagram and all over social media at this point. But you can queue it up and we can watch the video together. And this dropped yesterday. I purposely haven't watched it yet because I want to be able to give my very first impressions. I know it's basically him and this unicorn going up Pikes Peak, and past that, I mean, I've seen some pictures and some 5-second clips and stuff like that, but really looking forward to that on the show. I always have a lot of fun. Well, Ken does some amazing videos. It's just, he created the term viral video, right? But it's just I don't know. He continues to elevate the game when it comes to viral videos. And you get to a point where it's like, what do you do? Well, he's taken cities and he's taken them over. He's done some amazing things. And it gets to the point where it's almost like FMX, I feel like now, right? Where we take it for granted. These guys are doing some amazing, combinations with double backflips now and stuff. And it's like, FMX shows have a hard time getting people to show up because we've seen it all, right? And I think we've become numb to the fact that this stuff really is difficult to do. And I think, Ken, he's continued to have to push the limits of viral videos. And I'm really excited to see where this one goes. So, that'll be coming up here in the next segment. Definitely looking forward to that. It's always fun catching up with him. But, man, we had a couple of events this weekend. Torque, obviously, capping things off in Elk River, Minnesota, triple header. We're going to talk about that. And then we had the inaugural race, Score Tijuana Desert Challenge. Not a place I thought we'd ever see a major desert race, but it did happen in Tijuana this past weekend. And we're going to talk about it later on in the show, but I do have to give a shout-out to my friend Josh Daniel, taking the overall win. RPM Off-Road, they swept the podium and trophy truck with those bright orange RPM Off-Road trucks. So a big shout-out to Matney and Clyde Stacy and everybody there at RPM Off-Road, man. That is no easy feat to do. We'll talk more about that. I know I was texting with Josh Daniel yesterday. He's stoked on the win. He's kind of part-time now in trophy truck, but he was going to be on the show today. He ended up having a meeting that he got called into. So I think talking with Josh, and he's going to do the Baja 1000, so I think we're going to get your Score Tijuana winner on air prior to the Baja 1000 to talk about that. So Josh Daniel, we will have him at some point on the show. I was trying to get him on today, but sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Today was one of those days where it didn't work. But big shout-out to those guys. And I don't know if you guys were checking it out over the weekend or yesterday, actually. Kind of broke yesterday. I say over the weekend, but yesterday. But there's this crazy UTV crash. Al Macbeth. I posted it to my Instagram, and I don't like posting crash videos because I don't think that you guys – I don't think that when you post a crash video, like, I don't know. To me, it's like people forget that when – the severity of crashes, if that makes any sense. Like, it's funny, it's viral. Holy crap, that guy just, wrecked, rolled 10 times. Oh, my man. Oh, cool. Let's share this because it's easy clickbait, right? I don't do that. I've never really shared my crashes. I don't share anybody's crashes, unless it's like something where I know they're all right or it's just like mind-blowing. This was one of those that was mind-blowing. And Al Macbeth, who is, I probably doubled his Instagram following overnight. No easy feat to do. I'll give a shout out to his Instagram. It's at Al_Macbeth_357. But he had posted it. So I was like, okay, well, this is all right to share if he posted it. And he's showing pictures of him being okay after the crash. I think he had a banged up shoulder or something. But other than that, which is surprising. But anyways, he was going for a new UTV long jump world record. He built this entire ramp system. Anyways, he went over on a 232-foot jump. Insane. And I don't know how many times he rolled. I'm watching the video right now on Instagram that I posted. It's at JimBeaver15 if you guys want to go and watch it. But he went over, and I'm just looking at this. I'm calling it as we see it. 1 flip, 2 flips, 3 flips, 4 flips, 5 flips, 6 flips, 6.5 flips. We'll call it 6.5 flips. 6.5 times end over end in a razor on a 232-foot jump. It was a yard sale in the razor. I mean, whoever built the cage did an amazing job. Actually, it wasn't a yard sale in the razor. Actually, the car looks pretty good other than the arms are torn off. It's crazy. It's a viral clip if I've ever seen one before. I've got it on my Facebook page, on my Instagram, but crazy flip. And I guess he did post, though. He had set the record earlier in the day at 223 feet, and then he had the problems when he went for the 232. So I don't know if this is like something we're learning, like with Bryce Menzies and the Red Bull jump where he set the record. Like, he set the record, and then he wanted to push it and go a little bit farther, and then he had the bad crash. I think it's one of those where if you set a record, just be happy and be like, oh, I'm done. Walk away until somebody else beats it. Like, don't try and one-up yourself because it seems like that's when the bad stuff happens. If you set the record, just be happy. Don't get greedy. I feel like guys get greedy, and then that's when stuff hits the fan. But anyways, Al Macbeth, dude, you got balls, my friend, massive ones. There's no way. I jump razors, right? I race Terra Cross. I race desert razors. I play in the dunes. No interest in jumping a razor even over 100 feet. Nope, no interest. Seriously, count me out. Done. You guys can have those records. You can chase those records. They're all yours. I got no interest in them. None whatsoever. I would like to try and backflip a razor with one of those ramp setups like RJ Anderson had in XP1K. Or like Mark Burnett's done. I think it'd be fun to backflip a razor. I think it's a more controlled situation, but these 200-plus foot jumps in a razor, count me out, man. You guys can have those records. Got no interest whatsoever. You can wave money in front of me, and I still have no interest in it. None. I'm Macbeth. You are the man, and that record is yours until somebody is crazy enough to even think about wanting to go after it. Yeah, that's kind of one of the big things that came out yesterday. I don't know when it actually happened. I'm assuming this past weekend, but gnarly crash. And do have to give a shout-out before we go to break. We've got about a minute left in this segment, but my buddy Travis Pastrana, he's racing NASCAR this weekend. He's going NAS trucking. Got to give a shout out to my friends at Silencer Co. because they are a big sponsor of his NASCAR truck program there in Vegas. But that race this Saturday night, Las Vegas, I think it starts at like 8 Eastern time. So would that be like 5 Pacific? I think they're going to run under the lights in Vegas maybe. But yeah, Travis Pastrana, NAS trucking this weekend. Seriously. It's going to be exciting. I think Travis has got a shot at a top – I think top 10 is pretty solid. I think he's going to qualify decent. I think he's top 10. He'd be happy with that. But it should be an entertaining race nonetheless. But Travis Pastrana going NAS trucking this weekend. You guys definitely want to watch that. So we'll be back after this. We're going to live watch Ken Block's Climbkhana next on the Down and Dirty Radio Show powered by Polaris Razor. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Are you looking for a place to push yourself behind the wheel and see how your driving skills stack up? Dirtfish Rally School is that place. Located on 315 acres of pristine automotive playground at the foot of the Cascade Mountains in Snoqualmie, Washington, right outside of Seattle, Dirtfish Rally School is a one-of-a-kind place where everyone from first-time drivers to seasoned professionals like Bucky Lassick and Antoine Lestage can push themselves to their limit. Whether driving the high-performance, rally-prepped all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza STI is what you're looking for, or you'd rather hang it all out in the rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZs, Dirtfish Rally School has something for everyone. Classes are available from 2 hours to 3 full days and feature instructors with over 150 years of combined racing experience. Whether you're looking to become the best and get an edge on the competition, or just looking to freshen your skills behind the wheel, Dirtfish Rally School is the place to go. For more information on registering for classes, visit Dirtfish on the web at dirtfish.com, or to check out the latest happenings from Dirtfish, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dirtfish Rally.
Like what you hear? Catch all the back episodes of the Down and Dirty Radio Show on Apple Podcast, and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. We got something kind of fun we're going to do now. I'm going to give you guys a chance to cue it up real quick. It's actually kind of a long viral video, so Guess don't have a ton of time to do it, but cue this up. Go over to YouTube and punch in Ken Block's Climbkhana. I'll give you guys about 15, 20 seconds to do that. But we're going to live watch this thing. I haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it. I'm excited. I stayed off the internet all day yesterday just so I could live watch this thing with you guys today on the radio show. So cue it up. You can watch it as I watch it. Here in about 15 seconds, we're going to push play on this bad boy. We're going to see what Ken Block has in store for us. All I know is it's Ken Block, it's the Unicorn, and it's Pikes Peak with a 1,400 horsepower twin turbo 1965 Ford Mustang. So it doesn't get much better than that, right? All right, so give you guys about 5 seconds. We're going to hit play here. 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so we got KB. Looks like he's just spinning some donuts. Got the sponsor logos kind of flipping around. We'll see what we got in store now. Looks like we just doing a little sponsor promotion here to begin. Ken Block. Oh, look at those turbos sucking some air. 1,400 horsepower twin turbo Unicorn. Kind of dig that. All right. 156 turns, 12 miles. So we got like an overview right now of Pikes Peak Hill. Gymkhana meets hill climb. All right. So he's pulling up the start line here at Pikes Peak like you would if you're going to do the International Hill Climb. They got all the branding there. Pikes Peak Hill Climb. Give the countdown timer, which is kind of funny because you know he's not racing up this hill. He's just going to slide around and drift. Looks like he's got her cranked up at well over 100, banging through the gears in that sequential gearbox. Wondering when he's going to grab that handbrake here. Put her in her big first drift. God, you got to love those turbos. It's just insane, man. This thing just sucking air. Crazy. Love it. Oh, nice handbrake slide there. Smoke billowing off the tires. You got to wonder how many sets of tires he went through. You know they didn't film this in one take. You know, he got all the tire skids and stuff going up there. I think he pulls off into the spectator area, or the pull-off point there, does a little donut. Typical KB style. It's so hilarious, though. Like, seriously, he's sitting here with this car going up this hill. There's so much smoke coming off the tires in these drifts that he can't even see when they do the in-car. Like, it's hilarious. It's just smoke. It looks like a Cheech and Chong video, right? Seriously, the car is just completely full of smoke. It looks like Up in Smoke with Cheech and Chong. There's so much billowing out of the car. It's absolutely hilarious, but it's just insane. It's like madness. Holy crap. So they've got, looks like they've got these hay bales set up in the middle of the thing. He's doing like some figure eights around him. They've got like the legit Pikes Peak Hill Climb branding. Doing a couple handbrake slides back and forth, you know, doing some fun stuff for the camera here. Nice close-ups. I don't know if you guys are watching this at home, but you got to watch this video. It's like humorous to me because there's just, this car is silly. It's seriously just silly. Holy crap. And you got to give him credit. Like, he's tapped out going up this hill. Like, I mean, he's got that car literally just on the pipe. Now he pulls in. Uh-oh. Yeah. What do we got going on here? He's flipping a donut. He's going back. Oh, we got the booth where you actually go and pay to go up the hill. Brake check. Oh, they do. Oh, it's a spot. Safety brake check. They check the heat of the turbos and the tires. I don't know. Then we got a helicopter. Got to have a helicopter, right? This is a Gymkhana film. So the helicopter's actually got the blades going. Ken just spinning some donuts around the helicopter. Smoke going everywhere. Literally just smoke everywhere. This has got to be one of the raddest cars ever built. I've got pictures of me sitting in this thing when I went up to his shop, and I saw Gen 1 of this car, not Gen 2 with these new turbos and stuff, but this car is just, it's ridiculous. Like, this has got to be on my short list of cars I would love to own. Like, I think I'd take this over like a Lamborghini any day of the week, hands down. Car is insane. All right, we got some iconic turns now on Pikes Peak. Right, Ken just drifting up them. I mean, just nice, clean drifts. Nothing like, crazy, but takes a ton of skill. Like, Ken is such a good driver. Ooh, look at him going into the sun. It's like full-on desert racing move there, putting the hand up to block the sun as you go up into blind corners. But you got to give Ken credit. Like, he drives so smooth, so silky smooth, like you forget how good of a driver he actually is. It's just insane. Banging some gears downshift, grabbing a handbrake, sliding up and around. I hope you guys are enjoying this commentary because I'm enjoying watching this this dang video, man. This is too much fun. Another 180 drift. Hey, man, you should have queued this up on YouTube if you guys didn't, because I'm having a blast calling this video here. Oh, my goodness. What do we got going on? Just some more of those iconic. You know what was cool about this? Like these super sharp corners he's drifting around in this video now. And if you guys aren't, you guys can go and watch this video as I call it later on when you get a chance. But Sebastian Loeb, when he attacked this record and they had the helicopter following him up the hill, that was really cool to see him like apexing these corners at like 160 miles an hour and things like that. It's just absolutely insane. This mountain, there's so many consequences. Whoa! Man! Ken, pucker factor there. We got about 1,000-foot drop, and Ken literally hanging the rear tires off the edge of the cliff in the dirt, off the asphalt, just blowing roost off the cliff. Insane. That right there is the money shot. That is the money shot. Holy crap, Ken Block. Man. All right, so we got just a barrel, random barrel in the middle of the the hill. Yeah, because why? Because we're Ken Block and we put a barrel in the middle of the hill. I'm going to tell Ken we need to up the game here. He needs to put like a keg there, have somebody doing like a keg stand or something. I don't know. We can get like a beer sponsor tied in here, I think. I don't know. Hoonigan's there into PBR, right? We need to get like a PBR keg right there and have him doing donuts around somebody doing a keg stand. Let's make this interesting, Ken Block. He's outrunning the helicopter now. Helicopter can't keep up with him. All right, we're getting towards the top of the hill, so I don't know how much time we got left in this video, but like 2 minutes left. We're getting up to the top of the hill here. He's just on the pipe now, just hauling ass. Like, seriously, this thing is tapped out, sucking air through those big turbos. This is crazy. All right, what do you got? I don't even know what these things are. It looks like some crazy ISIS torture device or something that is crazy. These big old, I don't know, there's like blades of death or something on these big old like graters or something. I don't know. It's like rock crushers. I don't know what the hell those things were, but he slid around them. Grabbing a little handbrake. We're way up the top. We're above the tree line now, way above the tree line. It's just barren up here. He's just on it. Another couple of slides. Nice big drifts. Yeah, I don't want to drift off there. Lots of rocks. Things that mangle that car. All right, what do you got in store for us? We're almost at the top of the hill here, Ken. Well, there goes the helicopter. Check that out. And got the love kiss right there on the guardrail. Man, and that takes talent to not rip the rear of your car off, just to give the rear quarter panel of your car just a little kiss on the guardrail. Props to Ken, man. That's one of those, like, if you screw up, that whole side of the car is done. You know, so it's such a precise move. Checkered flag there. Donuts at the finish. Summit, you made it 14,115 feet. He's just doing some donuts there. Looks like I'm sure we'll have some sponsor plugs. Yeah, Hoonigan Media Machine Film. I did hear I got to keep this thing going till the end. We got like a minute left or something. Looks like Ken in the gift shop, something like that. Somebody said fast forward to the end of the film, so that's what I'm doing. They said there's something funny here. Trying to fast forward to the end here. They said there's something funny.
You to crank it, he's going to squirt some meth down its throat.
Oh, so they said. So basically, he's there at the start, and they've got somebody, and the guy walks up and says, "Hey, man, you're gonna have to crank it. We're gonna squirt some meth down its throat." And literally, they're squirting a bunch of methanol into the intake. But that's quite funny right there. That must have been what they were telling me about. But Ken Block's Climbkhana Pikes Peak. A+ Ken Block, man, that was an enjoyable few minutes there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed myself, but Ken, continue to raise the game, continue to innovate. Dude, that film is it was on point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my commentary of it. But check it out. It's now, I guess, available pretty much all over the internet. I think in one day it looked like he had a couple of million views. Crazy, man. The Ken Block Media Machine is just insane. So big props to Ken on yet another knockout, and one that is going to do 15, 20 million views at this point. At least 30, 40 million. Where's it stop, right? I don't know. But good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, I do have to give a shout out to my boys at UTV Underground. They've got an event coming up, and it's the Legends Rally, October 6th through the 9th. I know we're only about a week and a half away down there in Baja. They did one last year, but the Legends Rally, October 6th through the 9th, Baja, California. Basically, you can take your UTV. You can go with some of the legends of off-road. You can do like a couple-of-day run down there in Baja. It's all catered. They've got some of the best beers, wines, mezcal from Mexico. They've got a chef that comes and does all the meals. It's all inclusive. It's an amazing time if you're looking to get out of the country, go and enjoy Baja, the backcountry. Spend a day or two in your Razor. Seriously, the Legend Rally is it. You go to utvunderground.com, and they'll get you locked and loaded. We'll be back after this on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris Razor because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRazor.com or follow at Polaris Razor on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Thanks for tuning in to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, available live online, in syndication on networks across the U.S., and available internationally on the American Forces Network.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. I'd like to welcome my next guest to the line, multi-time torque champ, but 2 this year, CJ Greaves. How's everything going, CJ?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man. Doing really well. I was trying to think back. I think the last time we had you on air, you and your dad, I did an interview with both of you guys, but God, that had to have been like a year, 2 years ago. Like, it's been way too long, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was last year, maybe even the year before, but
yeah,
we've still been going at it, race in and race out.
Yeah, I know. And, we got to talk about, the Pro 4 and kind of your career and stuff. But I got to ask, I think the last time we had you on air, I think this was before your whole big move into UTV racing. I mean, how did that all come about? Because, I mean, obviously you and your dad, I mean, you've won championships in multiple divisions. Your dad, I can't even count how many championships he's won at this point. But how did the whole UTV thing come about and that move to that space? Because a lot of guys that are running Pro 4, they wouldn't even bother with going and running UTV as well. But you moved into there, and you guys are dominating.
Yeah, it's actually a funny story. My dad ended up calling one of our buddies at Yamaha looking for some dirt bike forks, and it all transpired from there. One thing led to another, and then they were looking at getting into UTVs, and they sent us a demo car for Crandon last year, and they're like, if you guys want to build it and race it, go ahead, we'll send you a car. So that's what we did. We built a car for Crandon last year. Just ran Fall Crandon with it, and then kept moving forward from there. We built, I think, like 25 cars over the winter for other people and a couple for ourselves, and just been doing all kinds of stuff with them. I mean, we did everything from racing 250-mile ice races over the winter with studded tires to doing the full torque series.
Yeah, and that was funny because I was actually in Minnesota like 2 weeks before that ice race, and I had somebody that offered me a Razor to go and race it, and I couldn't put it together because I had some other obligations out here in the Southwest. But how was that? Because that was like the first time, the first year of this event, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it took 3 hours and 10 minutes. It was a 10-mile course. We averaged like 78 miles an hour.
Holy crap.
And we ran about 2,500 studs in the tires. And by the end of the race, it was almost like a desert race. You'd come into the corners and you just set it in the ice rut and let her go through the corner.
Yeah, it ended up getting rutted and chewed up by the end of that deal. I mean, it was I can only imagine. How many entries did they have?
I'm not 100% sure on entries. They had a couple different classes, so there was cars almost solid around the whole track. And
wow.
It was so weird because it was the main groove was like more traction than you've ever driven on before. But you got outside of that groove where like all the ice shavings were, it was like going from high bite right into the sand. It was crazy.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure it's probably a lot like short course, though, right? I mean, like even when I was there at Crandon, I was in the interior there where they've got kind of that I don't know what you want to call it, but I was in the interior there, and like it was crazy. You guys had there was a legit groove in the track, and you get off of that, dude, and it was gnarly. It was like, I mean, just it was nuts. I mean, you get out of that groove, and it's just like you're done. Your momentum, it just zaps it.
Yeah, especially with all the rain we got this year at Crandon. They did a great job getting us a good racing group, but you got out of that, it was like car lengths you lost at a time. You could just watch the seconds go by.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it was just to watch even the Pro 4s. I mean, you get a guy that just hung 2 tires out, and it was just you could watch the seconds click off. And I'm like, man, I mean, the precision you guys had to have at Crandon this year was, I mean, it was just impressive,
Yeah, it was definitely a good time.
Yeah. So, talking about the UTV stuff, so it just kind of steamrolled from there, right? I mean, so you just started clicking off stuff. I mean, obviously you guys have this great relationship with Yamaha now. I mean, I know here in the Southwest desert racing and that stuff has really kind of clicked off. I mean, is there any opportunity you guys to start doing some other stuff, or is it just strictly for the Torque series?
Oh, no. I mean, we've been dibble-dabbling in a little bit of everything. We're talking about doing some races, maybe out in the desert. We're definitely going to do the ice race again this year. It's a 500 this year in between 2 different days. We're talking about doing King of the Hammers. So there's definitely we're ready to venture out with these things. And I think as you could tell by all the manufacturers out there, they're ready to make these things worldwide and be in every type of racing.
Yeah, well, and if you're like me, I mean, I'm sure you guys, I think even talking to your dad there at Crandon, we were talking a little bit about UTVs, but it's one of those things, like I've got the trophy truck in the garage, and every time I take that thing out, you're just writing checks. You're writing 4-figure checks every time you take that thing out. And it's like having a UTV there. It's kind of fun because you're still writing checks, but they're not near the expense, that it is to run a trophy truck or to run a Pro 4,
Yeah, exactly. And we can do, like, during the winter here, our snowmobile trails are also legal to UTVs. So for the most part, we sold our snowmobiles. We throw a front window or a 3/4 window in a UTV, throw on some snowmobile gear, and we'll go run those things all through the trails, go up, get lunch, come back, and it's a blast. So being able to just throw pump gas in it and go run and not spend all kinds of money and have a blast with it, it's definitely where it's at.
Yeah, and I know there's actually some companies making like track kits for them now and stuff like that. You guys haven't got that far, right? You're just running normal UTV tires.
Yeah, we just run normal UTV tires and put studs in them. The track kits are a little extreme. I mean, they get around, especially if you're in deep snow. But we're not that far north where we get a ton of snow, and all the trails are groomed, so they're almost just like an ice base.
Yeah. So let's shift gears here, talk a little bit about the Torque Series this year. I know, you've kind of come up through the ranks. I mean, you Pro Light, Pro 2, Pro 4 now. I mean, what is this like? This is your third Pro 4 championship, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's like, to me, that's crazy. You're so young to have already 3 of them, but it was pretty eventful. I mean, you and your dad had a pretty good, battle with Keegan this year, but you and your dad had a pretty good battle between yourselves. And, I mean, you got to talk a little bit about that, because I know at one point, you know what I mean? Like, you guys were driving each other pretty rough. And it was funny because after the event, especially at Crandon, it was just like, oh, we're just even now, But how was that battling with your dad week in and week out?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we never go out there to take each other out, and we try to run each other as clean as we can all the time. And, stuff happens, and we start bumping and banging, and at the end of the day, it's all for fun at the end. And this year's been crazy. I mean, I've been known for being Mr. Consistency all the time, and this year's been different. We were either winning, or it seemed like we were having car problems or getting into carnage or something. So we definitely had to work a little harder at it this year than we have in the past, but it made our team better. It definitely got us a better truck, especially by the end of the year. And with Keegan in there pushing us the whole time, it was definitely a fun season.
Yeah, well, and and talking about Crandon, I know this, it was a big deal this year because Carl came back and he had some struggles, and I think had an injury there at Crandon, but Kyle made the trip out. Bryce is back, coming to, I don't know, it's been a few years since he's running the Torque Series, but I know there was there's some things about the rules and things like that, but it's got to be pretty exciting for you and your dad to finally, I know hopefully they'll get everything ironed out for next year, but to see these guys coming out and having that one race, because we always hear about East versus West and things like that, and it's got to be pretty exciting to see, like, all right, now we've got everybody in one place, so I think in the next year or two it's going to be really exciting to have all those West Coast teams and you guys really be able to say, hey, we're the best. Yeah,
it was quite the year. I mean, we've always had the East-West shootout, and it's been it's had its ups and downs, and this year Bryce definitely came through and showed who was the boss. I mean, he didn't race for a few races before that and kind of set out to make Crandon a point, and that's what it's turned out to be. If you're gonna go to Crandon and win, you got to make sure that you have the best of the best and make sure that you put a good setup out there going into Crandon. So we definitely learned a lot. We learned what we got to do, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, well, and that's another thing I was going to ask. I mean, you guys are obviously you're at the top of the game in Torque. I mean, you guys have gone and done some West Coast stuff here and there, and I mean, you guys are one of the best teams in the business. But I mean, do you take away something like that? So like a Bryce or a Kyle or somebody comes in and they're doing something a little bit different, and you don't get to see them week in and week out because they're on the other side of the country. I mean, is there something you can take away and be like, oh, we can do some homework over the winter and make our trucks even that much better for next year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's always the goal. Whether you race against them every week or you don't race against them at all, the goal is to, if you get beat, figure out where they were beating you, figure out what you can do with your truck, and whether you're racing against them every week or not, you still want to be able to have a competitive truck at the end of the day when whether you're going to go race a Lucas race or a Torque race. So we put our heads down after that. Definitely saw that we could have some changes that we did to our truck to make it better, and I guess we'll just keep pushing forward and see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, and that being said, I mean, you're a young guy. You've got all these championships. You've got some amazing backing from Monster and Toyota. I know it's at one point. I know you've been out and kind of experienced the NASCAR stuff a bit and the stock car side of things. I mean, with the backing of Monster and Toyota, I mean, are there any doors outside of off-road that are potentially opening for you, or are you pretty happy where you're at with your successful off-road program?
Oh yeah, Toyota and Monster, they do a phenomenal job for us and do everything that they can to keep us moving forward. And there's definitely opportunities coming open here and there. And I know through the grapevine there's some UTV stuff getting talked about going into bigger events as well. And like you said, I got to dabble in some of the NASCAR stuff. And Toyota's 100% behind me, whether I want to do NASCAR, like anything that makes sense and we can put 110% into it. They're willing to do it. So right now we're still focused on running Torque, but we're definitely not calling that home. I mean, if something better comes up or something happens, we're really willing to go try whatever we need to do.
Yeah. So that being said, I mean, you guys have been full swing all summer long. Finally just got done with a triple header at Elk River. I mean, you take any time off, you get to relax, or, what's the plans for the winter time and getting ready for next season?
Yeah, we finally just got done. I mean, Elk River was a triple header, so we were there for almost a week racing and just ready to take a little bit of time off. We're going to go do some stuff with Bass Pro Shops in Memphis, and then we're going to go out to Monster Cup and do some stuff with Monster there. So we're going to have some events going on here and there, but really just looking to see what we got to do to our trucks, see if we're going to build anything new, look into continue with the UTVs. I mean, here in Torque, we obviously have the mod class with the UTVs, so that opens the door a lot for us, being able to build basically whatever we want and throw a UTV engine in. So we're going to be looking at doing some stuff like that and just continuing in the off-road world, man.
Yeah, well, and I think that's what's exciting. I mean, you look at the UTV, and we've seen how Pro 4's elevated the past couple of years, with innovation. But UTV, it seems like every single year you got to be building a new UTV to stay competitive because, guys are every year the innovation is just going through the roof in the UTV industry.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Torque, like I said, we get to run mod class. So all the Can-Ams, all the Polaris turbos, we got to take the Yamahas. We're not allowed to put a turbo on them right now. So really it's just engine development. All them Can-Ams and Polarises, they're doing engine development to figure out how to get the most power out of these things. And we're running faster lap times than Pro Mod UTVs and the Pro 2s are running. So they're definitely the thing to have, and we're going to continue to work hard at them and see how fast we can really get these things going.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the time calling in, my friend. Congrats on the championships, and look forward to seeing you guys out on the West Coast at some point this year.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take it easy, CJ.
Take care.
All right, that was CJ Greaves, your 2017 Torque Pro 4 and Pro Stock UTV champ. Man, always fun catching up with the Greaves. It's been a while. Shouldn't take that long to catch up with Johnny and CJ. I know I talked with Johnny out there at Cranon, but that's a great interview too. You got to go back and listen to that back in my archives from Cranon. But yeah, lots of fun. We're going to take a short break. Come back. We got some score results from Tijuana of all places. All that here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it. So when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than in Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Do you race or are you a weekend warrior? Have you checked on the date on your helmet recently? Don't get caught off guard by using an outdated helmet. Impact Racing, the leader in motorsport safety, has new SA 2015 helmets to fit your budget. Whether you're looking for a helmet with a full carbon fiber shell to take you to victory at the Indy 500 or just looking for some helmets for a weekend at Glamis, Impact Racing has a helmet for you. Find out more information at impactraceproducts.com or on Facebook at Impact Safety. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
$61,000 in guaranteed cash prizes. It's the Crazy Cash Harvest.
Swipe your club card daily to receive drawing entries for the grand finale on November 25th with 3 $5,000 drawings, and one winner will win $25,000.
Plus, every Saturday, $3,500 in guaranteed cash prizes. Drawings from 2 to 6 p.m. Just see the club for details.
Blue Water Resort and Casino.
Celebrate Mexican Independence Day with the Selena Tribute Show. Los Chicos del 512. Live Saturday, September 16th. Inside the showroom at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7 p.m. General admission just $20. Or VIP tickets only $30. Available now at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Or visit BlueWaterFun.com.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the water. Right on the money.
You're listening to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. All killer and no filler.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Got some desert racing results from this weekend. As always, brought to you by our good friends over there at General Tire, reminding you that anywhere is possible. And this weekend we had trophy trucks, UTVs, motorcycles, ATVs, everything doing battle in the very first ever the Score Desert Challenge in Tijuana. They call it the 21st Annual Score Desert Challenge, but I don't like to call it that. It's first ever one in Tijuana. They just use that Desert Challenge name, and they move it around to events. It's been in Laughlin. It's been in Plaster City. It's been in Rosarito Beach. It's been now in Tijuana. Like, to me, I love you, Score, but that doesn't fly. Like, seriously, you can't just keep Desert Challenge. It'd be like the Indy 500 saying, we're going to be the Indy 500, but we're going to run it at Fontana in Southern California, like the Indy 500 at Fontana. To me, it doesn't quite work that way. But anyways, it was a good event nonetheless. Also, Best of the Desert had a UTV race going on this weekend as well. So a little bit of, a split, but Trophy Truck was Josh Daniel with a win. Abdeli Lopez in second and Lalo Laguna in third. So it was a sweep by the RPM team. Jeff Geiser, he took the Score TT Legends win. Shelby Reed with a Class 1 win. Congrats goes out to her. Elias Hanna with the TT Spec. Brock Dickerson with a Class 10. We had Noah Ostanek with a Class 8. Cesar Fiscal with a win in 1600. Rafael Aguirre in Score Lights. We had Mark McNeil with a win there. In Class 5, Mark Johnson with a win. Mark Burnett in the UTVs. Congrats goes out to him. Kristen Matlock, my good friend Kristen, taking the win for Polaris in the naturally aspirated UTVs. And then 5/1600, it was Thomas Carlos Fernandez, Armando Salazar with a Class 11 win. And, it was those were your car and truck results from the Tijuana Desert Challenge there in Tijuana. So good event overall, and we'll be back after this on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it. So when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
Thanks for tuning in to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, available live online, in syndication on networks across the U.S., and available internationally on the American Forces Network.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Had some more desert racing action brought to you by our good friends at General Tire, reminding you that anywhere is possible over the weekend. And this will kick off hour number 2 here. But, looking at UTVs, they had a big event called the Silver State 150 in Caliente, Nevada. And David Martinez in a Polaris taking the overall win in the turbo class. It was Bill Zimick and Kyle Miller, 1, 2, and 3 for Polaris in the UTV turbo division. Sorry, that was 10th, 11th, and 12th. Man, I am way off here. Sven Elstrom with the Polaris taking the overall win. Phil Blurton in second. Ryan Piplick in third. But Phil Blurton having a solid season in turbo competition. Alexis Chernos with the UTV Sportsman class win. Malcolm Sneed with a win in the Unlimited class. And UTV production naturally aspirated win went to Russell Griffin. So congrats goes out to them. Torque results from this weekend. Triple header and CJ Greaves with some wins there in Pro 2. Or in Pro 4, Brad Lovell taking some wins there in Pro 2. Pro Light was Kyle Kleeman, and he took the championship. Luke Johnson taking a championship there in Pro 2 as well. And Luke, man, I got to tell you, I know talking with Torque, we're going to get him on the line at some point in the near future. But Torque, they've got a new series coming out, and it's going to be really exciting to watch that. But your champions this weekend, it was CJ Greaves crowned the Pro 4 champ. Pro 2 went to Luke Johnson. Pro Light, Kyle Kleeman. Pro Mod UTV, it was Kyle Cheney. Van Ephraim having to sit out, and Johnny Greaves taking over for him. He finished up in second in the championship. And then CJ Greaves of the Pro Stock UTV, dominating effort this past season in Pro Stock UTV. That's definitely for sure. So that wraps up your Torque results. Torque wrapping up for the season. Looking forward to next year, man. Torque had a really, really solid year this year. I feel like they made some big gains in that series, both from a media standpoint and a racing standpoint. Really excited for 2018 and Torque. But we'll be back after this on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, with Joe Duncan and some Terra Cross. Want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on 4 wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris RZR because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRZR.com or follow at Polaris RZR on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Honey, the Blue Water Resort and Casino is giving away over $61,000 in guaranteed cash prizes. It's the Crazy Cash Harvest.
Swipe your club card daily to receive drawing entries for the grand finale on November 25th with 3 $5,000 drawings, and one winner will win $25,000.
Plus, every Saturday, $3,500 in guaranteed cash prizes. Drawings from 2 to 6 p.m. Just see the club for details.
Blue Water Resort and Casino.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Want the latest from Jim Beaver and Amy Hood? Follow at JimBeaver15 and at Amy Hood 71 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver here, waiting on my good friend Joe Duncan to call into the show. This will be our Terra Cross Starts with Optimus segment, brought to you by our good friends at Optimus Starters, reminding you that they start every Polaris RZR in the Terra Cross Championship. And, I don't know what the heck is happening with Joe Duncan. I know had some interesting news coming out of Terra Cross in that I am actually your current points leader by a whopping 1 point. So, yes, I in some weird Twilight Zone type world, I am currently leading the Terra Cross points. Yeah, who would have figured after a couple of years and a couple of crashes a couple of years ago that I'd be sitting here as your points leader, but it is happening. But having a ton of fun with Terra Cross, man. It's a fun series. I know TV starting to roll out here, I think, pretty quick. So yeah, it should be fun, but I don't know what the heck's happening with Joe. So I think I don't know, should be calling in at some point in time here. But it's been a fun run in Terra Cross this year. I know got this a fun thread. We got a trash talking thread. I don't know if you guys have anybody, like any of your good friends that you guys have like a group thread going, right, where you just talk trash, mad trash to each other. But on my trash talking thread, it's myself, It's James Hill from IMG. It's Sarah Price, who Sarah and James obviously are together. We've had them both, or we've had Sarah on the show, and so Sarah Price and then Jolene Van Vuet, and we just talk mad trash. It's quite funny. Now we've got into this Bitmoji thing, right? I don't even know what the heck a Bitmoji was, right? But we like carry these full conversations in Bitmoji, and I don't know. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm not going to share any of those publicly, but I'm just saying, and it's all like Terra Cross trash talk, right? And but there was some funny moments coming out of heydays, and I think James from IMG posted one picture, and you guys need to go on Instagram and pull it up, IMG Motorsports, and it's like a week or two back. There was a girl, she's a monster truck racer. She went out and raced, and she literally, it looks like she's blasting off. It's nuts. I'm just looking at the picture right now of her, and she's blasting out of this Mystic Mangler like 15, 20 feet in the air. It's absolutely nuts, and car just exploded on impact. But so I don't know. We have a lot of fun just with that. But Terra Cross has been a ton of fun. Obviously, TV coming out for that really soon, and It's taken me a while to figure that series out. It's like with anything. It's even talking with Amy last week, right? Well, we're going to talk with Collette about it here in the next segment, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. But you want to try something new, and I'm one of those people. I actually did an interview with CNET.com and their roadshow division, and they're going to post that sometime in the next week, I think. But it's basically I go into something and I approach it, and it's even like business. You start a new business, you don't expect to be profitable year one. Year two and year three, if you can break even at year two, you're great, right? But you really plan on year three breaking even and starting to turn a profit. Approaching a new style of racing is very much the same way. I approach Terra Cross and I go, all right, we're going to put in the work here, right? You're just not going to be successful out of the box. And, here we are a couple years in, and now I've started taking podiums, right? And I think you see that transition with, say, Danica Patrick going to NASCAR, right? She was successful at IndyCar. She won races. You can't argue. She sat on the pole at the Indy 500. I mean, phenomenally talented IndyCar driver. And she went to NASCAR, struggled, right? She still kind of struggles, but she's faster. But you got to put in the work. It's something new, and I've always applauded people who will step out of their box and try something new, even if they know that they might not be that good at it. If you're willing to step out of your box to try something new and better yourself, I can always applaud that. And that's what I try and do, whether it be jumping into rally cars or different forms of off-road racing, or even go-karting and things like that. I try and, even if I'm going to suck at something, I try and do it anyways just to better myself. Because it gets boring just doing the same old thing time and time again, even if you're proficient at it, right? And I think with Collette, I'm anxious to talk to her about that. Amy said it took her a year of Monster Jam to finally figure things out. I think Collette, it's going to be interesting to see with her, like, you know what I mean? And what has she learned so far? What is she expecting she's going to learn while she's on tour? So I think, it goes that way in motorsports, and it's why rookies, whether they be IndyCar rookies or NASCAR rookies, that's why they're considered rookies. They come in and if they take some top fives, oh man, they had a great season, right? It takes you a while to get up to speed with these veterans that have been doing it time and time and time and time again. And I think we forget that as motorsport fans. And I mean, I wear both hats, right? But there's a new driver racing the Indy 500, and it's immediately like, oh, man, I think, it was like Fernando Alonso. Oh, he's going to come in, he's dominate. He's one of the best Formula One drivers in history, and the dude came in, and he did very, very well. And then, and it was like people, it was like to expect him to win year one. Fernando didn't expect that. You listen to the interviews. He wants to come back and do it again, but he had to put in the work. He's learning something new. Oval racing, right? He is one of the best drivers in the world, but it still takes him time. And so that's, I don't know, that's one of those things where I think we forget about that as fans. Like, you know, all these disciplines are different. That's why something like the Race of Champions, you know, that they do every single year, where they put guys in rally cars and, you know, in Polaris slingshots and all these different disciplines. I think that's always kind of fun because it's like an equalizer, you know, and everything's tallied at the end, you know, and it's kind of who's the best in all these different disciplines. So to me, that's always been kind of fun to see all these different drivers in different disciplines. I know that's one thing that's been really fun about Star Car. Obviously, you're bringing Jolene in, and it's taken her a bit to get – not a bit. I mean, she was fast to begin with, but now she's really getting it 3 races in and a lot of test sessions, how quick she can be in Star Car. And Travis, it took him a little bit of time to adjust to desert racing in a RZR, even though he's used to jumping these things out of the stratosphere out of Pastrana Land. Tanner Faust, same way. You know, he was pretty quick up to speed fast, but it's still something new. And so it's been kind of cool for me to see like that evolution of people and athletes and drivers and such, you know what I mean, and just in Star Car. But you know, it's even, you know, like you look at Jeremy McGrath in short course, one of the greatest Supercross guys ever, right? And it's taken him a while to finally get where he's dominating, you know, in short course. Not dominating, but I mean, he's taking wins and podiums like every single weekend, and that's been kind of cool to see. So I don't know. I think us as fans, we tend to forget, you know, and we just expect everybody to be really good from day one. Even though we're talking about some of the best drivers in the world, there's still learning that does go on. So, yeah, it's been a fun ride for me at Terra Cross. But yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy the TV that comes out of it this year. I don't know what happened to Joe, but I'm sure he's in some meetings. But, yeah, you know, big thanks to Optimus for sponsoring that segment. And, yeah, we're going to kind of kick into a break here in about a minute. Got Collette Davis coming up. She'll be in the next 2 segments, man. We got 2, and Amy's calling in too. She's out with some sponsor obligations today, but she's carving out 30 minutes to call in with Collette. They're going to be racing on tour together, so should be a ton of fun that coming up. As always, man, don't forget to hit me up at JimBeaver15 on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you got any fan questions, I get a ton of them, DMs and tags and things like that. Always hit me up. You can use a contact form on my website, downanddirtyshow.com. And don't forget this show, as well as my other show, Project Action. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. If you subscribe, it gets beamed right to your phone or your iDevice immediately. It's the easiest and best way to do it. So thank you guys. And I can't forget, I've got a survey up on my Facebook page. It's on your favorite motorsport listening habits or watching habits or your favorite motorsports. 1 question, and that's it. So please go over to my Facebook page, click on the link, and take that quick survey, literally 1 question. Scroll down 2 or 3 posts, and it should be right there. But we're going to take a short break. We come back. Collette Davis, Amy Hood, they're going to both be here on the line on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Looking to have some fun on 4 wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268 horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Honey, the Blue Water Resort and Casino is giving away over $61,000 in guaranteed cash prizes. It's the Crazy Cash Harvest.
Swipe your club card daily to receive drawing entries for the grand finale on November 25th with 3 $5,000 drawings, and one winner will win $25,000.
Plus, every Saturday, $3,500 in guaranteed cash prizes. Drawings from 2 to 6 p.m. Just see the club for details.
Blue Water Resort and Casino.
As certain as the sun rises and sets around the world, OTSFF Group is dedicated to providing flexible, comprehensive, and reliable transportation solutions. Air transportation, ocean freight, ground transportation, or a combination of services. We offer innovative and custom-built packages specifically designed to meet your transportation needs. OTSFF Group has been keeping shipments moving globally for nearly 2 decades. OTSFF Group, flexible logistics services designed for you. More information at OTSFF.com.
Want the latest from Jim Beaver and Amy Hood? Follow at Jim Beaver 15 and at Amy Hood 71 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, waiting on Collette Davis, and there she is. Man, that was like on point.
Hey!
Hey, what's happening, Collette?
Hey! Hi!
What is going on, man? You were on point. I was just like sending you a text, and then boom, it pops up. I was like, hey, this girl knows what she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
So how is everything?
We're punctual women, okay?
Yeah, right. I'm once again I'm outnumbered on this show, so I don't know. I think that's a show on like Fox or something, but it seems like it's the theme. It's like we always have more girls and guys on the show, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm outnumbered. That's a good thing, though. But no, Collette, I know you and I we've been texting a lot, like the past 6 months or something like that. I knew this was something kind of possibly in the works, but congratulations, Wonder Woman, Monster Jam. I mean, this is big news, Collette.
Oh, man, thank you. I know. I mean, I only just found out like 2 days before the announcement that I was going to be driving the Wonder Woman and the Monster Jam truck, so I am still like in awe and freaking out myself. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. You know, Collette and I go way back, and not many people know this, but we talk about it all the time on the show. Just all these athletes come on our show, and everyone knows each other through social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, need be, but especially the chicks in this industry. I feel like we have a really bond. We always keep up with each other, but Collette and I have been planning for years to do a day in the life. I teach her how to ride dirt bikes. She teaches me how to drift a car, and we've been trying to get together for years.
I know, right? And now we're going to be on tour together.
I know, it's crazy how small of a world it really is, and especially in motorsports, just how, our worlds come together, and now you're part of the Monster Jam family, and now I think we have the most alpha team in the world. I think the Monster Jam Triple Threat East Tour is going to be a whole different dynamic with you and me being, with our racing background. It's going to be insane. I feel like you boys are going to be on their toes all season long, and it's going to be the most epic battle of all time. So there we go.
It is. No, I'm so excited, and we go way back, and I just can't believe all the random stuff that had to go right, and now we're on tour together next year. That's crazy to me.
We could be on, but we're on the one together. It's awesome. So you guys
I know. No, it's gonna be great. And now that you're gonna be coming to California, I mean, now that I'm in Southern California a lot more, and since you're gonna be down here, we can actually make those day in the life switching each other's shoes on for the first time, and I can teach you how to drift. You can teach me maybe how to ride a bike. I don't know. You can make me better.
I think we need.
That's what I'll do.
Okay, Collette, you are fine, but I think what we're gonna have to do is I think we're gonna have to start our own account so that we can do Instagram live videos and just video our life on tour together, because I think it's gonna be one wild ride, and I think everyone is gonna be dying for some behind the scenes action of two racer chicks in the behind the scenes in Monster Jam in our everyday life. Like Jim, we've been kind of talking about getting together in California and possibly rooming or me going to NorCal or coming to SoCal, but it's really cool. I'm really excited to have Collette on board because, it's a whole different ballgame when you're doing the sport with a like-minded female racer. We think alike. We get each other. Collette was out on the ATVs practicing all night because, she wants to be good. She wants to be competitive, and I like that I have somebody else who gets how I see sports and how I see Monster Jam. The people are obviously fantastic drivers, huge background. Their father is the great digger. But Collette comes from that background of a racer, and it's just a different mindset.
Yeah, no, it really is, and especially with it being so foreign to me. Obviously both of us are super competitive, and last year was your first year in Monster Jam, and then I'm coming up on my first year, and especially given the tour that we're on, I'm going to be, my first year is going to be on a tour with people that have already been doing this for a couple of years or a year. So I know my competitive side is definitely going to be itching at me to learn as fast as I can and catch up. But I'm really excited. It's going to be a crazy adventure, and I'm so excited we just to go through it together next year. It's going to be awesome.
But that zombie is a fan-chosen truck, right? So that I got the zombie arms, girl, and I'm still coming for you. We can be.
Hey, girl, you better. Oh, damn. Already, Amy. Come on.
She's already bringing it. But it's funny because you had no idea about Wonder Woman. And I know, you were at, was it World Finals or something? And you had posted up a picture of, the Wonder Woman truck. And that was, at that point, it was all wishful thinking, right? It was just, a picture of you with a Wonder Woman truck.
I know. So because of that, it looked like I knew that this was going to happen. When I went there, that was actually my first ever Monster Jam event that I'd seen in person, and it was incredible. It was the Vegas World Finals. It was huge. It was an amazing show, and that was the first time I saw the Wonder Woman Monster Jam truck. But I had no idea that's what I was going to be driving. I mean, at that point, I still hadn't even stepped foot in a Monster Jam truck ever, and was just trying to learn more and really, captivate myself around the sport. So that was just, crazy things that linked up there and now actually came into fruition. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, how was it your first time in testing, out there at Monster Jam University, the truck? Because I know, how was that? Obviously you've raced, rally cars and stuff like that. I mean, God knows we know you know how to flip a rally car. You've already flipped one of those. I was doing the same thing in a monster truck.
Oh my gosh, it was. It was really crazy. I mean, I have so much respect for Monster Jam drivers. That stuff is so technical, and there's so much skill that you need to perform the tricks. I mean, especially the stuff that they're turning now. All the insane tricks that they're doing, but to even drive them, it took me a while to get used to rear steer. That was so foreign to me, but some stuff did. I would say some stuff did transfer from rallycross, just being able to, not be afraid of the throttle, be aggressive with it, and, just kind of having, knowing what the momentum of a car drifting underneath you feels like. I definitely think my background helped me just adapt and learn faster than maybe if I didn't have my specific background for some of the things that we did. So it definitely helped, I think, prepare me and help me excel in the truck in this learning phase. But there's nothing like a Monster Jam truck, nothing at all. So I'd like to think a lot of learning to do.
I'd like to think that our 45-minute call when I was in Florida, Collette calling me to tell me she had an audition, and to give her a rundown of how rear steer works for 45 minutes. When I'm I had a couple adult beverages. Like, I'm trying to have this serious conversation with Collette, and
I know.
Yeah, no.
It was so
cool
funny. I know, because I call Amy, and I'm like, okay, girl, look. I gotta know, how does this rear steer thing work? Like, how can you be really aggressive with the trucks? Like, how do they handle? Like, what goes on? And I'm an over preparer, and I'm from a driver standpoint. Like, I know, and like I even got trapped from Tom Mintz. My first couple times at Montejam University, I have my little Montejam University binder, and I'm taking all my notes, and they're just giving me so much crap. But it helps, I think, in a little bit, and I've also had to force myself to just put down the notebook and go out and feel everything out. So it's been a really, really fun and awesome learning experience. I like this phase of like challenging yourself and learning something new, and it is so much fun. So I know I'm gonna love next year, and just can't wait for it.
Yeah, well, I got to ask about next year, too. We only got like 2 minutes before we go to break. But obviously there's monster trucks, but with a triple threat, now you're mixing and racing ATVs and Razors, and I know they've got some other name for them in Monster Jam, but how is that? I mean, are you like triple training right now?
Well, I need to be. I was trying to pick Amy's brain so much for the ATV. That is by far, like, the ATV is what I'm like struggling with, because I have like baby hands.
She's not struggling. No.
Well, my hands are like
the size of a 1-year-old.
No.
I adjusted Collette's brake lever and her throttle lever for that girl 20 times, but she's actually extremely talented. Like, you were able to
I can go fast.
You did fine. And, like, not even fine. You guys listening in, she did great. And the girl, like, and I get it. I am a racer. I want to win. I don't want to suck. I don't want to be in the back, and I want to be as competitive as the fastest person out there. Like, that's how I think. That's how I've always been. And I understand when you tell me, like, you're like, no, I'm not getting this. I'm like, you know what? Actually, as a rider, you are. You should see some of the other drivers. No offense, Monster Jam athletes out there, but this girl, coming from a four-wheel background, really knows how to your skills really do translate into dirt, and it's noticeable. You can see, and you're gonna be very successful.
All right. Well,
I think the funny.
I was just going to say, we got to take a break. Hang tight. I'm calling a timeout right now. We got to take a short break. We got like 14 more minutes after the break to chat on things, but we got to take a break here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. More with Amy Hood and Collette Davis after this. Want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris Razor because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRazor.com or follow at Polaris Razor on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Like what you hear? Catch all the back episodes of the Down and Dirty Radio Show on Apple Podcast, and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. We got Collette Davis on the line talking about Monster Jam and the new Wonder Woman truck and her background. And I know we were just talking about you kind of prepping for the season, doing a little ATV racing and UTV stuff. I mean, so what's, we're looking at the next couple of months. I mean, things kick off in January. I mean, what's on tap for you, Collette, the next couple of months to get yourself ready to go?
Yeah, I'm just doing a lot of what I would normally be doing in any race season, which is just a lot of working out. I still am doing my Project Drift video series online and building my first drift car, and we'll be drifting that soon. And I'm hoping Amy and I can come up to your place and rip around in some Polaris Razors, training for next year, and just get better and better on the speedsters.
Yeah, no, that would be fun. I'm already thinking, because I've got like a local video guy here in Parker, that could shoot like film of us just having fun in Razors and stuff like that. But it would be fun to have you guys out. Like I said, I got a garage full of Razors. Like, you guys are more than welcome to come out. Like, it would be fun. We could actually, if you timed it, we could actually do a live radio show with you guys in the studio with me. That would be kind of fun. Amy and I, it's like a rarity. We were actually in the same place at the same time doing radio, so it'd be fun to have both of you guys here. So we could like triple team it or something.
Well, yeah, it's awesome us both being, come December, both being on the West Coast. It's a lot more access to training and off-season stuff and dirt bikes and ATVs and Razors. In about a week here, I'm going to have about 5 feet of snow on the ground, so you better believe I'm getting my butt to the West Coast sooner than later. But, Collette, I think we really need to sit down, think this over, and really put our heads together about investing in a videographer to follow us around, because, like I said, our behind-the-scenes shenanigans and training and just everything that we're going to get into is just going to be one wild ride. And I couldn't be more stoked to have such a cool chick on my tour. And I've said this before. I've said it on the radio show. I've told Jim, but I've only looked up to maybe a handful of different women in motorsports, and one was always you. I always applauded you for not only your racing skills, but your intelligence and how you've gone about your career and, creating the opportunities for yourself the way you've done it. And it's just really cool, and I'm excited that, we kind of have a similar journey. We kind of have similar ways on how we've gone about our careers. And I just think it's cool that we could be on the same team together and kind of promoting that similar message. It's unique, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like, our paths in motorsport are so similar, and I think, we both have so much respect for each other. And, Jim, it is crazy, though, because this past, training that we both were at Monster Jam University, it was really, like, Amy, the first time me and you, like, hung out with each other, for multiple days. Yeah. And, actually got to hang out in person. And literally, like, things from the same stuff that we're wearing, you know, everything like about our style and like how we are like the same person. It's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
It gets a little like,
yeah,
it freaks me out a little bit. We're like the gym nuts, the ones that are like on all of our pre-workout powders and our proteins and strategizing what we're going to take in between sessions. Like, we're the same person. It's hilarious.
This scares me. This scares me.
It's so scary. Jim, it should be very scary to everybody out there.
This scares me.
You know, I think we have to have a common ground, and I know the second that we put those helmets on, we're going to be extreme competitors. We're going to be rough and tough, but at the end of the day, you know, what I've always preached in motorsports, it's not about the wins. It's about the memories and the friends you make along the way. And, you know, it's our friendship is what's really going to carry us through this season. It's long. It's grueling. There's times where Graves Digger goes out there, hits one jump, and rolls over. But if you're in North Carolina, you better believe Graves Digger is getting all 10. So, you know, it's your friendships and your relationships really help you out in motorsports. And that's why I'm really excited at Collette, because you have someone who understands the game, understands the racing, and can understand you as a friend. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Wait.
So here's a question, though, Collette, because you've got your hands in so many things. I know we had you on my podcast, did an amazing interview. I don't know, this is towards the spring, right around Girl Starter time. But, I mean, I know that was really successful. They upped it for a second season. So is Monster Jam, is that going to prevent you from doing things with Girl Starter? How is that going to work?
No, you know, I'm still with Monster Jam. Like, I'll be able to, like, continue my drift build. You know, I'm definitely going to be doing some events next year, like, should my Monster Jam schedule allow it. Like, I'm going to try and get out some grid life events with my drift car. And, you know, with Girl Starter, we're still trying to see when Season 2 might happen. But, you know, the awesome thing about, you know, my role as the host is that I don't need to be every week on set. You know, really, you know, my job as a host is I'm opening up an episode, which, you know, I could shoot that on a Monday, Tuesday, and maybe I come back the following Monday and close the episode. So, you know I've spoken with them and kind of about my potential schedule with Monster Jam, and I think we'll be able to work it out.
Yeah, well, that's exciting because I know that was like a big deal for you, and I know you had a good time with that show, and that's good to hear though. But I know even like with Amy's schedule, I mean, Monster Jam is intensive, but it's like weekend intensive. During the week, you guys are pretty free to go and do side projects and things like that, which is kind of fun. And I know Monster Jam encourages that just because it gets their personalities out there doing other things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
You know, I think, and it's kind of concentrated our races too, especially in the beginning of the year. Like, yeah, we'll be on the road a lot in the beginning, but you know, that's usually like Thursday to Saturday or Sunday, and you know, we still have a lot of time.
Sunday to Monday. Yeah, typically we fly home Sundays or Mondays, but then, you know, Monster Jam allows you to have flexibility throughout the week where you can relax, you can sit back, go ride at the tracks, or, you know, build your drift carts. It's a really unique industry where, you know, with motocross, like you're in the gym Monday and you're training, or you are struggling from how beat up you are Monday to Thursday, and then you're heading out to the races. So, you know, the best thing about Monster Jam, so you get live such a balanced lifestyle. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be good for both of you guys. So, yeah, I mean, you know, so you got to tell me about this drift build, and you know, you kind of jumping into drifting, because I know you were talking about, you and I were talking about it, and I know I want to build a drift car at some point. My hands are tied with so many projects with Polaris and everything else. But how is that coming? I mean, how's you dipping your toes into the drift world? How's that coming along?
Oh my gosh, it's been so awesome. You know, I'm so lucky that I have Garage Life. They're a shop down here in Southern California as a partner. You know, we are doing a complete rebuild. Like, I'm making my dream car, and I've never thought I'd have the opportunity to do that, and it's been an amazing process. You know, we're ground up, gutting the car, moving all the sound deadening, you know, I'm repainting the car, doing custom seats, you know, redoing the electrical harness and rebuilding the motor myself, and I'm just learning a ton. And, you know, along the way, we're shooting videos and making a series on YouTube called Project Drift, and it's really just going to be my journey through my complete rebuild, you know, rebuilding a car for the very first time, and then, you know, my journey into drifting, learning it and hopefully competing at some really fun events, end of this year and next year.
Yeah. Well, here's a question too. Like I got to ask because she's kind of a badass, but obviously you're driving the Wonder Woman truck. Is there going to be any potential tie-in with Gal Gadot? Because like she did like the Fast and the Furious films and things like that. Like I'm looking like
don't even.
It would be so rad to get her out to a Monster Jam event or do something like that, right?
I know.
So I don't know. Is there any potential for that?
Collette there.
Yeah. Oh, she dropped, I think. Yeah, she dropped. It sounded like,
okay,
here we go. She's coming right back. Hey, you there, Collette?
Oh, I'm here.
All right, you dropped out for some reason.
But no, I hope we can do something with her. Like, that would be amazing, especially next year with some of the new movies coming out. Like, that would make complete sense and would be really, really awesome. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, I just see her, and it's like,
She's next in line to Rob Zombie. I'm sorry, but Rob Zombie has to make it to a Monster Jam show before she can.
That would be Rob Zombie. I love Rob Zombie, but, yeah, that would be kind of scary.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite.
not.
Rob Zombie and White Zombie, like some of my favorite songs of all time. But yeah, that would be that'd be entertaining. Oh, I don't know that he fits the Monster Jam PG rating. like seriously, he would scare kids.
He might be a little on the edge.
Yeah, I think he would scare
then
kids.
Just bring the full cast of The Walking Dead, and I will be satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah, get Michonne out there. Like, I could see her with like her full on like swords and everything. It's like she'd be a perfect fit for Monster Jam. Bring her on out, right?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be rad. So, no, I'm excited for you, Collette. So are you gonna have any chance? What's that? Go for it, Amy.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll finish it off.
I was just going to ask. I mean, are you going to have a chance to be in the truck anymore before the kickoff in January, or are you pretty tapped out as far as training in the trucks actually go?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I can talk about this now. So I'm actually going to be doing my first ever Monster Jam event this weekend in El Toro Loco. So I've kind of been on the DL about that. You know, I'm not really wanting to put a lot of pressure on myself, and I'll be again going up a lot of vets, but it's going to be awesome, and I'll have the chance to kind of get my first Monster Jam event jitters out of my system before next year. But yeah, I'll be excited to drive El Toro Loco this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, Amy, you said you got something before we let her go?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just curious to know what you're most looking forward to starting your new Monster Jam tour. Like, you're going on tour life. Like, it's the tour life. What is what are you most looking forward to coming, January 4th when you head out on a long, grueling, awesome, adventurous tour with all of us?
Honestly, I'm just looking forward to the traveling, to meeting, all the Monster Jam fans in different cities everywhere. And, honestly, for the first time in my career, I'm going to be able to be in the same vehicle over and over and over again. I think just the opportunity to perfect my craft and get better and better and better is so exciting to me. I've always just hustled my entire career, jumping in and out of cars, trying to get one-off rides here and there, and it's just been a constant me adapting to different cars, and this is going to be one of the first times that I can really put in 100% with the same car, same team, and really just develop myself as a Monster Jam driver. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to you guys, coming out here to Arizona. We'll have to get that locked in, figure out a date, do some stuff, do some filming. And I know at some point we got to get, I got to take this radio show out to a Monster Jam event with you guys, and we got to figure it out with Monster Jam where they let us do a live show or something. It'd be so much fun to record or something out at one of the events. It'd be so rad. But yeah, thank you, Collette. I'm sure we'll talk soon, and looking forward to seeing how you do in the Wonder Woman truck.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yes, we'll talk to you soon, girls. Keep in touch.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Amy. I know you are busy today, but we'll definitely chat soon.
Yep. Talk to you soon, guys, and be safe. Have fun.
All right. Sounds good. All right, that was Amy Hood, Collette Davis, talking about 2018 Monster Jam, both of them racing in that, I guess, East Series for the Triple Threat, but lots of fun. We're going to wrap things up here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR, when we come back after this break. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Thanks for tuning in to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, available live online, in syndication on networks across the U.S., and available internationally on the American Forces Network.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Wrapping things up here on a fun one. Big thanks to CJ Greaves for calling in, Collette Davis, as well as Amy Hood, who is busy. Hopefully we'll have her back next week for all 2 hours of the show. But man, lots of stuff happening. I know Straight Rhythm, got some big news coming out of Red Bull Straight Rhythm. That's coming up later on in October. I think a weekend after Monster Energy Cup, which we haven't talked about yet either. But they've got a 2-stroke shootout coming to Red Bull Straight Rhythm. Sounds like Chad Reed is building a 2-stroke for it. Even 250 2-strokes. It's gonna be rad. Really looking forward to that. Obviously, we got Off-Road Expo, Lucas Oil Off-Road Expo, powered by General Tire, coming up this weekend as well. And don't forget this weekend, Travis Pastrana. He's going NAS trucking. That is right. He's going to be in action in Las Vegas at Las Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend as well. So I'll definitely be tuned in to watch my boy Travis do some NASCAR racing. So looking forward to that. I don't know. We got lots of stuff coming up the next month. I mean, some Rallycross, Subi Fest, Terra Cross finale, a whole ton of stuff coming at you guys. So it's going to be a fun couple of weeks here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Big thanks to Polaris Razor, General Tire, Subaru, KC Highlights, Gibson Exhaust, Dirtfish, Impact, OTSFF, Optimus Starters, Terra Cross, and the Blue Water Resort and Casino. And don't forget, October 6th through the 9th, we got the Legends Rally down there in Baja. If you're interested in going, go to utvunderground.com. They got all the details. You can sign up, and get locked and loaded for that. But tons of fun, at the Legends Rally, October 6th through the 9th. And thanks to you guys for tuning in this week. Give me a follow. It's at JimBeaver15 on all forms of social media. Amy is at AmyHood71. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe to both the Down and Dirty Radio Show and Project Action on iTunes. That coupon code for Dirtfish Rally School is JB Dirtfish. And I've got that survey up on my Facebook page. Please take the time. One question, your favorite forms of motorsports. Helps me develop content for this radio show. And we'll be back next week. Be safe. As always, game on.